This goes to best woman player in the world. You talking about the word integrity? Because they don't have any. You ain't got no balls, do you? WNBA owners, you ain't got no balls, do you? Really? Really? So we should just tip our cups, throw ice cubes in a small glass, and just tip the brown liquor. You talk about compromising, because they'll be compromised doing it.
The-
It's on. It's the utter blasphemy. I'm sorry about that. Professionalism. All right. The utter blasphemy always gets me. All right. Let's start with a somber note. When I first got to understand basketball, I saw this gentle giant of a man roam the sidelines of the Seattle Supersonics, and he was one of the greatest pioneers of the NBA before the influence of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. And I did not know when I was young, but as I got older, I knew he actually was a pretty good ball player too. And the reason why it's somber is that part of my youth sort of died as Lenny Wilkins passed away yesterday. He played 15 years, was an All Star 9 times. He led the league twice in assists, and he was considered a guy who had great court vision. And he also was a player coach too, um, partly with the Supersonics, partly with the Blazers, before he became a full time head coach for the Sonics. Now, someone like Playmaker's age probably saw him when he was coaching the Hawks, and he won an NBA championship in 1979, being the head coach of the Supersonics. But yeah, part of my childhood died when the man who has won the third most games of all time with 1,332 um, went to the sky. He coached along with the Sonics, the and Blazers, the Cavaliers, the aforementioned Hawks, the Raptors, and the Knicks before he retired in 2005. And he also won gold medal because he was the head coach of the 1996 Olympic men's basketball team. So thank you, Lenny, for all you did. And you have left the game far better than when you entered it. And in your 88 years that you were on this planet, you did more than enough. So take your bow, and I hope your life in heaven I hope one day in heaven far exceeds the 88 years you spent on here. And you did a wonderful job making heaven on earth here. So thank you, Lenny. And also shout out to former NBA and WNBA head coach and one that I think Playmaker knows well, Richie Adebato. Um, he actually passed away 87. He was a former Mavericks, Magic, and Liberty basketball coach. So yeah, wonderful job with you as well in being a big time contributor to basketball. All right, now let's enough of the morning. Let's have a little fun. So, Charlie, I'm just gonna call you by your first name, Charlie. And this is directed to the NCAA president. Are you sure you really want to involve gambling with your plays? Are you sure now? Because your own investigative team keeps unearthing worms in the dirt. And it seems like the more The more soil they turn over, the more dirt, the more worms in the dirt they find. And the deeper they go into the dirt, the more worms that are there. And it seems like the worms are becoming more and more poisonous and more nefarious to human society. Now you have six former men's college basketball players that were now not just connected with gambling, connected with throwing games. You know, sir, you and your entity of integrity, you all are the gift that keeps on giving. You should just simply pick up your tent, go home with it, and say, we're not allowing the NCAA to even involve itself with gambling whatsoever. Otherwise, you actually might be a false Jimmy the Greek story from being out altogether. So I just don't understand how. Let me put it to you this way: you have a mess on your hands. You don't even know if you could trust the places where you all were sponsored to place bets, and now you're having issues with your own players, possibly having that itch and that bug to be influenced to taint games. What's next? Somebody within your own building being found out that they're dirty and they gamble and they are going to just simply throw away all the money that the NCAA pays him or her? Because it looks like that's the next step for you. Oh boy, I'm just waiting for the next shoe to drop because I know one's coming. I know one's coming. Now, memo to Kawhi Leonard, son, retire now. Just get out the sport. Don't even show your face in the sporting realm. Just get out of the sport because you're now starting to sound like a wonderful character. No, I won't go that far. But you're starting to sound like a caricature. You know what I'm talking about, sir. You know exactly what I'm talking about. My neck, my back, my neck and my back. Yes, I know it's your ankle, but still, it could be an ankle and you recover. Then what will be next? You'll have plantar fasciitis. Then I don't know, after you recover from that, what will be next? You pull your knee again. I mean, you mess up your knee again. Then what's next? A hamstring. Then what's next? A calf pull. Then what's next? You dislocate your shoulder. It's going to be something. Ever since you have put on a Raptors jersey, because you actually wanted to run from your last days as a Spur, and now we could talk to the Queen of Hoops, Megan Price. You are public enemy number one still there. Because every time that you show your face in San Antonio, you get roundly and soundly booed because they feel as though you checked out on them, all because your neck and your back issues. Another year, another injury that probably is going to be milked for months. And this is all tainting the fact that you are one of the greatest two-way players that the sport has ever seen. And that is what's making it so frustrating to even deal with your name being associated with the sport because we all know an injury is about to happen. And here it is. Another year, another injury. Now, this one's a more minor one as opposed to many injuries. You can probably recover. But then after that, you'll pull something else or tear something else or dislocate something else. I mean, I don't know who's more. I don't know who's more embarrassing. A big name that just simply rides pine. You, Paul George, or Joel Embiid. I guess you three must have some sort of contract with a clothier. How can I look suited and booted on the sideline? Yeah, even with your simple dress behind. Oh, that's right. You got trouble with something like that. My bad. But I have to end this on a bright note. I love Dallas. I love Dallas so much. Dallas is my favorite city on the planet. I really do. I love everything it offers. I love the aquarium that's there. I love AT&T Stadium. I love the Cotton Bowl. I love big techs that greet you on the grounds when you walk toward the Cotton Bowl. I I love downtown. I love the Trinity River. I love all of the all of the cities that comprise of the Metroplex that stretch from far east of Dallas to far west of Fort Worth. I love them all. I love them all. From Grand Prairie to Pate to Plano to DeSoto. I mean, I love all of every single suburb of Dallas and Fort Worth. That's why it does me great joy to see that the Mavericks are 3-7 to begin the season. The Mavericks, I love it. They are the least, the last, the lost, and the left out. The only excitement that the Mavericks engender is seeing Megan Thee Stallion cheer on her man Klay Thompson. That's the only thing exciting about the Dallas Mavericks. Not even Jason Kidd's drunk behind can actually coach this team to something reasonable. And look, Cooper Flag, you're going to be wonderful. You just won't be wonderful this year. But I know, Mavericks fan, you're praying for um, Mark Cuban to own the team again. You're praying for Dirk Nowitzki to drink from the fountain of youth and play again. You actually are still praying for the fact that you want to have Ron Harper and Rolando Blackman and Mark Aguirre to run back down that tunnel as if it was 1987 again. I know you all are wanting that so bad. Heck, you'll even take Jason Kidd in his playing days with the Mavs. But it is so wonderful to see you all have to deal with the team that's the least, the last, the lost, and the left out. Oh, the Mavericks. You have made my month. I'm still wanting to crap on the NBA Cup. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we have such an atrocity, such as this crap. But all I got to do is watch a Mavericks game and see y'all get absolutely dog walked, and it makes everything much better. The Dallas Mavericks. Understand it, Mavericks fan. You all are the least, the last, the lost, and the left out in the National Basketball Association. This goes to best woman player in the world. You're talking about the word integrity? Because they don't have any. You ain't got no balls, do you? WNBA owners, you ain't got no balls, do you? Really? Really? So we should just tip our cups, throw through ice cubes in a small glass, and just tip the brown liquor. You talk about compromising? Because they'll be compromised doing it.
No.
It's on. The utter blasphemy. I'm sorry, my bad. Professional.